Dale.
First of all, I would like to say that storytelling is a very powerful tool, both to inform and also to create knowledge and empathy, as you also have been mentioning. But maybe for me, the most important thing is to inspire action. So the viewers of images actually to take action, to do something, to make a change. And in order to photograph people and their vulnerability, it's about spending time. And if you really want to get intimate stories, you need to spend time. And I find one-on-one is the most useful. And particularly as a woman, I'm very privileged. I can talk to both women and men and be alone in houses with women, but one of my male colleagues don't always have this opportunity. And I learned that when I was working, which I have done for decades now, on climate change and focus on climate resilience and working on climate change adaptation in the Arab world, where I was walking in to people's home. So let me go straight to your book. And I want to congratulate you and the team for preparing this book. It's a fantastic book. It's a storybook, and I know that's what you have sent out. It tells the story. It's a compelling story that has very strong images and text, and it all comes together in a story. And it's very creative. And it's about the resilience of people and the place. And you show the human side and you show the resilience. And I really see it as this is a portrait of now 20 years or something like that afterwards. Overall, given I know parts of India, but I don't know this part of India, I would have liked to see an image or a couple of images, what this place looked like before the event, before the earthquake. And then I might have liked a couple that shows the earthquake, just really sort of to take me to the event and imagine what it was like. Now, right now it's after, and that's very valuable. Many times we don't have stories about what really happens after an event. And particularly as a development practitioner, we go in and we do something and we follow it for a while, and then we move on and the place continue to develop. And we don't go back always and understand what is happening. And you do this so well here. But let's now dig into your beautiful images. And I'd like to start with this first one here. I like the image, it set the stage. However, when I read this story and I see the story in the book, I find it a story about people and their resilience. So maybe this image is more of a wide image that takes you to the place, but it doesn't take you to the people. And this picture here maybe should have been one of the first one in the book, but maybe not the cover. This is just an idea or a point of view. Please move on to the next image. I love this image. Ravani is a beautiful woman. She's clearly powerful. She's resilient. It shows us very well. She's sympathetic. She's humane. When I look at this picture real quick, what I see the red and I see the bright, lighter areas in the picture. And I have to sort of go around a little bit to see what I think you wanted to show. Your captain is really strong. But what I find is it's a little bit harder to get to her leg. And maybe if you have a little bit more space over her head, and given it's about her leg, maybe also below, so it's not cropped so tight. I don't know if you actually need 2 images, or it took me a while to get to her wound. That's just what I want to say. Maybe we can move on to the next one. I love this picture. Jerez, he seems to be an incredibly resilient guy. I love the way the image is framed among all these pictures of his family. I believe it's even his parents and maybe his sisters and brothers and grandchildren. That's very powerful. That shows he's part of a bigger family, has probably also a lot of responsibilities. And the way the image is framed really show very clearly, because it's up in front of the window where there's light behind, that he is missing an arm. So that is really, really powerful, and it's framed super well. Maybe one little suggestion would be to open up the images, open up the shadows a little bit over around the arm that he actually still has, his right arm, because it's a little bit dark and one has to look a little bit careful to see if it's actually there. Another suggestion would be, if the image allow, not to crop so tightly on the left side. The chair is in, but it's not very much in, and we maybe having the full frame of the 2 beautiful images that is hanging to the right of the subject would have been important. Then we can move on to the next image that I also love. Mayava. This is just an incredible image. That shows her that she's a powerful woman. She's relaxed. Her gestures show that she's at ease with her situation. And also, the lighting in it is probably window light or door light, some natural light. It's very calming, soothing. The blue color goes extremely well with her skin color. It's complementary, and I just love it. Can we move to the next one? Because what is not clear from the previous one that I see as a portrait of her. Now I really see her in her environment, and I realize, if I didn't read the text, that she can't walk anymore. So you see this environment, and she's moving around on this little cart. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a kind of a cart with wheels. She's moving around, and her whole environment is set up so she can still do many of the tasks that she usually does as a person that is with a family, probably her daughter or somebody that lives within her household. So she will be cooking, and you can see that everything in this picture is at her height now. So that is a true environmental portrait that says everything. And again, you can see she's at ease. I love the gestures of both the other woman and maybe her daughter and herself. Very strong photograph. And if we can move to the next one, this one is a little bit more difficult, I find. There's a lot going on. And if we had a little bit more of the image below, we could maybe easier get to understand that this man needs some assistance for him to walk or move around. Maybe just a little bit of cropping on the top and a little bit on the right. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of colors, and one doesn't automatically get to this. One has to read the caption to get it. But I love him. He's beautiful. It's a beautiful portrait of him. Next question. Next image. I love this image of Raksha. I love her gesture. I love her smile. I love her color and the action. The action is maybe not so obvious here, but she's holding a phone. She's a modern woman. And for many years, I didn't personally like to have images with mobile phones. But then I realized after I started to work a little bit on digital and document digital development, that it's very powerful to have technology in an image, because we don't always think that a person would have access to this kind of technology in the modern world. And it shows that she's right there. Who knows, she might even be looking into what we're talking about right now and being part of the Zoom conversation. Thank you for doing this project and teaching us all about it. And thank you to your whole team and everybody has participated. I hope you continue that. And I look forward to watch and see and talk to you much more about this. Thank you.